If you're thinking about or planning on travelling to London, make sure you watch this video for tips you need to know. Welcome back to Nomadic Narratives. Keep watching till the end. For bonus hacks, we will be sneaking in throughout the video. Hit that like and subscribe. London, here we come. So let's start off with some basic navigation tips. To get to London, you've got 4 main airports: Heathrow, the Big Daddy, Gatwick, Stansted, and Luton. Once you've touched down, you'll want to get yourself an Oyster card. You can snag this smart card at tube stations, visitor centres, or even online. Oyster cards are like a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's factory, but instead of chocolate rivers, you get access to the tube, buses, trams, DLR, London Overground, and most national rail services. Speaking of the tube, it's an underground railway with over 270 stations and 11 different lines. Avoid it during morning and evening rush hours, unless you enjoy being packed in like sardines. Perfect for late night weekend parties, Night Tube runs on select lines on Friday and Saturday nights. Of course, when you're in London, you don't want to miss riding on their iconic double-decker buses. But for a more unique view, you can take a Thames Clipper for a river ride. London is a pedestrian city. Stroll around the South Bank, Covent Garden, and Notting Hill. There are even walking tours, where you can hear about the city's spooky past with Jack the Ripper, or follow in the footsteps of Harry Potter. If you enjoy biking, rent a Santander cycle. Popular cycling routes include Hyde Park, Regent's Canal, and Richmond Park. Alright guys, let me show you some cool places to stay in London. Let's start with the swanky central areas. If you're into nightlife and theatres, Covent Garden is the place for you. And Soho is packed with hip cafes and is great for dining. If you'd rather be close to the major attractions like the London Eye, then you might want to stay around the South Bank. For more budget accommodations, head to King's Cross. It's also got great transport links, so you can zip around the city with ease. For the hipsters at heart, Shoreditch is perfect with its street art, indie coffee shops, and pulsing nightlife. But if you're in there more for the history, we recommend Greenwich for its maritime vibe and ancient buildings. Now, if you're the kind who wants to try out something unique, London has some seriously boutique hotels like the Rookery and the Zeta. Hey, you can even stay in a 16th century historic inn like the George Inn. Now, here's a bonus tip for you. For a truly one-of-a-kind experience, you need to stay in a houseboat on Regent's Canal, because you don't always get to wake up to the gentle rocking of the water, now do you? Once you have found a place to stay, it's time to start exploring. Here are the must-see attractions in the beautiful city of London. First up is the Tower of London, home of the Crown Jewels. Pro tip: arrive early to avoid queues and make sure to join a Beefeater tour. It's the perfect way to start your visit to the tower. Next we have Buckingham Palace. Make sure to catch the changing of the guard. And if you're visiting during the summer months, you can even walk down the staterooms. Now don't forget Westminster Abbey and Big Ben. The Abbey is a must-see for history nerds. And, fun fact, Big Ben is actually the name of the bell, not the tower. London is also home to one of the most famous museums in the world, the British Museum. It's a dream for historians, housing artifacts like the Rosetta Stone. Best of all, entry is free, though donation is encouraged. In the Natural History Museum, you can see all the dinosaur skeletons you want, or blue whale skeletons suspended from the ceiling. Just visit in the late afternoon so you can avoid school groups and explore in peace. Art lovers, the Tate Modern is an old power plant turned modern art museum. How cool is that? Don't miss the viewing deck for awesome city views. And then there's the National Gallery, which houses countless iconic paintings like Van Gogh's Sunflowers. Just try not to pass out from all the artwork. For something more modern, visit the Shard, a towering glass skyscraper. They have viewing platforms on levels 68, 69, and 72. If you want to catch a fancy bite while enjoying the view, the Shard's got restaurants like Aquashard or Oblix. And of course, no visit to London is complete without a spin on the London Eye. For the best views, aim for sunset. While you're there, check out the nearby attractions like the Sea Life London Aquarium and Shrek's Adventure. Because who doesn't love a bit of ogre action? For hidden gems, visit Leadenhall Market. Other hidden gems are Little Venice and Neal's Yard in Covent Garden. It's like being in a Little Venice. And Neal's Yard is perfect for snapping perfect Instagram shots. But wait, here's a secret. The Sky Garden in the walkie-talkie building lets you in for free panoramic views, but you have to book in advance, so please do keep it a secret. Folks, you can see that London's packed with things to do. Don't wear yourself out before you've had a chance to see it all. Be sure to take breaks for tea. Those scones aren't going to eat themselves. You know what? Let's just talk about what to eat in London now. London is an absolute mecca for foodies. The traditional British fish and chips are an absolute must, and the folks at Poppy's or the Golden Hind really know how to do them right. For a proper Sunday roast, look no further than the Harwood Arms or Blacklock. These places serve up juicy slabs of meat and all the trimmings, like Yorkshire puddings and rich gravy. Just be sure to wear your stretchy pants. And don't miss digging into a full English breakfast. The Wolseley and Regency Cafe are top spots for this morning feast. London loves its pubs too, so grab a pint at cosy old timers like Ye Old Cheshire Cheese, the Churchill Arms, or the Spaniards Inn. But British cuisine isn't just about the classics. London is a melting pot. Borough Market has stalls selling everything from artisanal cheeses to global street food. For an Indian curry kick, cruise over to Brick Lane. These places don't mess around with spice, so have a cup of milk, or two, ready. Head over to Chinatown for authentic Chinese eateries and make sure to check out Dumplings Legend while you're there. Of course, no trip to London would be complete without indulging in some afternoon tea. The Ritz is the creme de la creme with its classic opulent setting. For a more historical vibe, Fortnum and Mason will have you feeling like a right proper English rose. But nothing hits like a drink with a view. So let me drop a bonus tip. Check out Skypod at the Sky Garden or Frank's Cafe in Peckham. Both offer stellar rooftop views to go with your cocktail. Prepare to eat, drink, and be merry, because we're now talking about events and festivals. London knows how to party, that's a fact. This city's calendar is packed with epic festivals and events that will leave you entertained, stuffed, and maybe a little sunburnt in a good way. The annual highlights include Notting Hill Carnival, a massive Caribbean party that takes over the streets every August. We're talking costumes, thumping music, and spicy jerk chicken. Get ready to shake what your mama gave you. Trooping the Colour, the Queen's official birthday celebration. You won't ever forget their impressive military parade. Next up is Wimbledon. This oldest tennis tournament is the perfect excuse to eat an unreasonable amount of strawberries and cream while watching athletes grunt on the grass. Ah, the posh life. Some seasonal activities include Christmas markets. London's Christmas markets will warm you up. From the Hyde Park Winter Wonderland to the South Bank Centre, you'll find yourself surrounded by mulled wine, roasted chestnuts, and enough festive cheer to make even Ebenezer Scrooge crack a smile. Next, summer festivals. The second the sun peeks out, this city buzzes with non-stop concerts, food fests, and enough revelry to make your grandma blush. Throw on your sunglasses and nibble your way through British summertime in Hyde Park or Lovebox Festival. The local experiences don't stop here. West End shows are an absolute must. Get those tissues ready, because you haven't truly experienced London until you've cried at the sheer brilliance of Lion King or Hamilton. Then there's Covent Garden, an open-air circus for the city's best street performers. Just go with it and expect the unexpected. Finally, from rooftop cinemas to food truck festivals, random pop-up awesomeness is always going down somewhere in this city. Who knows what you'll stumble across just by wandering around? That's half the fun of London's scene anyway. Speaking of unexpected adventures, you'll want to check out our video on travel tips next. It's packed with all the hacks you need to travel like a pro. I'll see you there.